Hey everybody, welcome to our new podcast. Your
Hey!
fave, hey, your fave advocacy podcast, YFAP. This is Reagan,
And this
Reagan
is
Advocate,
Courtney
and Courtney from Beauty on the Spectrum. We wanted to start our own
for
podcast
like a long
and
time
just,
now.
yeah, for a long
We sat on
time.
it.
We've been busy. We've been trying to get it together.
I mean,
It,
kids and life but here we are, we're really doing it.
We're doing it, friends. We are here. We have mics. We have matching mics.
Kind
We're
of
ready to
matching.
go.
You went furry, I
Well,
didn't go furry.
I went furry.
She's got that animal theme going on and the
Yes.
headphones.
And
Meow. Reagan
meow.
likes her animal print.
I do. Leopard print. Anyways, we just wanted to start a podcast, have a place that we can chat about our lives, our kids, our advocacy, and bring on some of our friends in the community and chat with them, and just a place where, we can have fun and
Feel safe
talk.
and
Yes.
people that actually get it.
Yes, we get it. Your Fave Advocacy Podcast, YFAP, with Court and Regan.
Okay, let's go. Let's dive into who we are. And I say, Reagan, you start first of who you are because you are a legend. And
Thank you.
you're welcome. The thing about Reagan I love, she speaks the truth. She advocates hard. And she teaches me new things every single day. We met, what, I say a year and a half.
Yeah.
It all kind of runs together. I'm like, when did I don't know. It seems longer than a
When
year,
did we
though, I
meet?
will say.
I know, it
Uh,
does.
but we met on the internet. We
Yes.
do know each other in real life. We can go on to
Yes.
that later. But kind of tell us who you are, how you got here. And go
Okay.
time.
All
Get
right.
it, girl.
So I'm a mom of two autistic kids. I have a 10-year-old, Gigi. She is non-speaking, high support needs. She is a speller, so we're working on that now. And she does attend a spelling school. So we're really, really into spelling.
Which I
I'm all
love.
about the spelling community, which is where a lot of my advocacy lies currently. I have a son, Alex. He's 6. He's moderate support needs. He is speaking now. He's definitely GLP. They're both GLPs. Obviously, that looks different in someone who's a non-speaker. So for her, it looks like a lot of video clips, a lot of music, like sections, social play, different sections of songs or videos for her gestalts, and then like to express herself. It's really cool. So I actually didn't know about gestalt language processing, or GLP, until a couple of years ago. Nobody had ever told me about it, and like a lot of people learn about it just online,
On
which
the
is crazy.
internet.
Yeah, on the internet. So one of our speech therapists that we had, she knew about it, and she was like, I think that Gigi is GLP. And I was like, well, I've never heard of that. So let's, give me some more info. So she actually sent me a slideshow from a presentation that Marge Block did.
Okay.
She's like the main lady behind GLP.
Yes. Okay.
And there was videos on it, and there was a girl, and she was non-speaking, and she was using clips from like Peppa Pig to talk about like the rain, and she's like jumping in the rain, and she was actually doing the motions too. Like
That's
she was
amazing.
reenacting the gestalts, which was super cool. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's totally Gigi. Like
That's my
she
daughter.
does that all the time. I never really put it together. Like I would obviously hear the clips and I would be like, oh, that sounds like it has to do with whatever's going on right now. But I didn't realize that that's what she was doing until then. So after that, I started watching her and like listening to her videos, because she'll play, the same section like a
Over
thousand
and over
times.
and over.
Yeah, over and over and over. And so it usually has to do with whatever is going on. So like if it's cold outside, she has one for that. If she's hungry, she has one for that. If it's raining, if it's school, like just all sorts of different clips. So
And
that was
she can find them probably so quickly, right?
oh yeah. Yeah, and I
Which
once
always
we learned
fascinates
about
me.
it, yeah, on YouTube, wherever. Once we learned about it, I actually started putting those videos on her AAC device. So she has
So
access to all of
smart.
those videos. So she would use it at school when she didn't have her phone, access to a phone or iPad. So she would use them on her AAC device. She still does.
Is she able to bring her phone to school now at the spelling school?
She doesn't bring it.
Okay.
I feel like it would be too much of a
Distraction.
distraction.
Okay.
Yeah, so she does have her AAC that she takes with her to school, and obviously she uses that during the day, but they use a lot of different um, things at school for communication. Like they're really into like choice boards,
Okay.
which is great. Yeah, so they'll
Explain
have
choice
like
boards. Is it similar to
okay,
PEX or what is the
it's
choice board?
well, it's usually just a whiteboard. So
Okay.
for a lot of spellers, they do this, especially when they're not open spellers, so they can't communicate their needs or wants yet, when they're still like learning how to do it. So it's just a whiteboard, and usually it's like four quadrants or two quadrants, depending on what you're asking them, and then they just put different things in each quadrant. So it's like hungry, thirsty,
Oh.
outside, bathroom, or whatever. So then they are like, okay, well, let me know which one you want. And so it's easy to like take with you if you want to
And they
change it
point
up.
to it?
She'll
Okay.
point to it and tell them what she needs. Or if like they've started doing it for her for like if she doesn't feel good or she's upset, like is it like pain, physical pain, emotional pain, like that type of thing. So she can point to that and let
And
them know.
is
So
was
then
this
they
introduced from the school or have you always been doing this?
this is something that the school does. I know a lot of spellers community people do it with their
Okay.
kids before they're open. So I hadn't heard of it before
I
this,
love
but
that. I feel like I want to make
it's
one.
awesome.
I
Yeah.
want to make one.
Yeah. And then they just, you can take it with you. It's just a whiteboard, so it can change
I think you should
for
make a
whatever you
post
need.
online.
I know. I need to like learn more about it because
Okay.
I'm
I
like,
was gonna
you
say,
know,
because I haven't even heard of this. I
I
mean,
know I hadn't either.
it
So
makes
that's
sense, but I'm like, I haven't
right.
even. You definitely need to,
Right.
once you get comfortable, show us what that looks like, a picture of it, because I think
Yeah.
parents, I mean, I want
Yeah.
to go and make one right now, so I think that would definitely be
Right.
beneficial.
Right. To help your non-speaker or unreliable speaker. Okay. So then with my son, I knew he was a GLP from the beginning because I had learned about it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's totally him. Like the echolalia, the scripting, like the music, all of that was totally him. And that's actually how we helped him speak, was through working through the levels of GLP. So it was like just echoing what he was doing, helping him like,
Modeling.
you know, modeling scripts and stuff.
Does he
And
repeat
that,
stuff back like in that moment or
yes.
okay.
Yeah. So he did that for a long time, and now he's to the point where he can respond.
Love
So he's
that.
getting to the response stage, which is great because obviously, it's super helpful if we want to know what's going on
What's
with
going
him.
on?
Yeah. Yep. So that's my two kids. They're amazing,
They are. I got to
incredible.
meet them in
Yeah.
February. I just
Courtney
love
met them in
them.
February.
They're
They are very, very
angels.
sweet kids. They're very wild too. They know how to have fun and
Love
get
that. We love
crazy.
someone that loves to have
Yes,
fun.
they do. They
Okay,
love
let
to have
me
fun.
go over mine briefly if those of you that don't know. And Reagan's handle, if you don't follow her already, what are you? Reagan Advocates? Did I say that
Reagan
right?
advocates. Yep.
No
Yep.
underscores, nothing like that.
Nope.
When did
Just
you
one
start your
word.
account?
I started posting last year, beginning of last year. I started like more in the advocacy space,
Like
more in the autism space.
2025?
Yeah, beginning of 2025. I think it's been
Really?
over a year.
It
Yeah,
has to
when I
be.
looked.
Time just
No,
flies when you're having fun. I mean,
I know. I know. Obviously, I posted like some stuff, I post
okay. But
videos or
like you
whatever,
really
but
like
really
locked
got
in.
into it.
You locked
Yeah,
in.
was last year.
I love
Mm-hmm.
that. I'm glad you did. Okay, so my name is Court. I know I said that at the beginning, but if you're just tuning in, I don't know how that works. I don't think it works like that. But I have three children. My oldest, and I just call them by their first letters. My oldest, E, he will be 8 this summer, so 7.5-ish, give or take. And he is autistic and he has low support needs. I fought really, really hard for that diagnosis. Really, really hard. And we'll get into that as we go on. And he's actually an analytical learner, and I feel like that's rare. I feel a lot of people are surprised by that. He was speech delayed. I think he said about like 5 words at like 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which was like I fought and fought and I couldn't even get him like speech therapy. But then when he like it turned a corner and then hyperlexic was saying words I didn't even know. Which I guess that's a part of it too. And
Yeah.
then my middle child, S, he just turned 6. He's my high support needs baby. He's an angel, my COVID baby. I actually got his diagnosis first, and then piggybacked. And I didn't even think, like, at the time, like, he was, like, on track, on track, on track, on track, and then just kind of, like, stopped.
Okay.
So it wasn't like as obvious. Like I was kind of like, oh wait, what? Like that's my high support needs
Mm-hmm.
child. And then my oldest, like I feel like I knew like immediately, and I would like bring it up to
Mm-hmm.
everyone, and everyone would be like, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, and I just trusted my gut, and I went with it,
Right.
and Mama knew best. Don't we
Oh
always?
yeah. Yeah.
And so I got him diagnosed 2022, very end of the year, and he was on the waiting list at the very beginning of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And then a month later, I was like, "Hey, can I like piggyback on this?" And they're like, "Absolutely."
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't even have to like, I mean, technically I waited,
Yeah.
years, but I wasn't
Yours.
on the wait
Mm-hmm.
list because I waited, a year with my middle child. And then I have a 2-year-old daughter. She's wild, she's
Mm-hmm.
spicy. She
She's spicy.
she's spicy. Um, but I don't have any diagnosis for her. I don't know. It looks
Yeah.
so, I mean, she could be neurotypical, she could be neurodivergent. I don't know right now.
Right.
I really don't. So I guess
I
that's just
think
gonna,
she's hyperlexic.
well, I guess that's
Yeah.
true.
Her speech is just from the videos and stuff I've seen, like she's
Yes, her speech,
yeah.
which it's like crazy to me because my children, all three of them are so different,
Oh
so
yeah.
different. And it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, you can't compare them because, I mean, even like when I met your children, I'm like, that's completely, and I love that I was able to because it's like, okay, well, that's different. But then like there's sounds
Right.
that are similar, but it's so
Mm-hmm.
different. And that's what makes it a spectrum.
Yeah. Huge. I know.
But that's kind of why I got like online. Like I mean, you're in Arizona. I feel like your
Mm-hmm.
community is a lot larger.
Yeah. There's a good community here.
You have an amazing community. Nashville, I wasn't like, I mean, I will say I will go like to the park or here, there, and that's at the very early on, and people would be like, oh, like I don't know if they were obviously picking up that my child was autistic.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be like, oh yeah, like my child is, or even when I went to swim lessons, a woman came up to me. That was the beginning of my experience, and she came up to me and she could see like what was going on. Like he was melting down. I think it was just too loud in there. I mean, not that I think it
Mm-hmm.
was too loud.
Was,
Um,
yeah.
and she came up to me and she was like, "I'm autistic," and like I think that was like the first time that, I mean, not the first time I met an autistic adult, but like someone like coming up to me and being like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
autistic. And like, it's just everywhere I was going, I'm like, oh, like, it's not like this one-off thing. Like it's a
Right.
thing. But I still wanted to get online and just like make a community because I really didn't have that like close
Mm-hmm.
friends.
Mm-hmm.
And here I am in 2026. I think I started my account 2023.
Okay. Oh,
September
so it's
11th,
been a
which is a
while.
really odd, weird. I went back and looked. I was like, okay, my first post
Okay.
was on September 11th. Interesting. Um,
Hmm.
but that's when I started posting was 2023, and I sat on it for like months. But I like
Really?
quickly after that, I mean, because they got diagnosed in 2022, so
Mm-hmm.
quickly after I got online. But enough about me. Tell me about like what did the diagnosis like process look like for you? Like,
Okay. So for
because you have an older
Gigi,
child, so it was probably
yeah,
way different back then.
yeah, back then. So Gigi's always been Gigi. She's always been her. And we obviously didn't realize that she was autistic. I had never met an autistic
That
person
you knew
before.
of.
That I knew of. Yeah, I never knew anybody who was autistic. And it's my first child. I am not around a lot of kids. Like I don't have a large family, so I'm not around children very much. So
Right.
she was like the first grandchild. And so I'm like, this is just, she's a toddler. She's a baby. Like she's just growing at her own pace. She did like the funniest little things, you know what I mean? Like she
Yeah.
never crawled, she would roll around everywhere, and I just thought that was
Sweet girl.
adorable. But I guess that is like a like
Development delay
developmental,
milestone.
yeah, that she didn't have. I just thought it was super cute because I'm like, oh, look at her, she's just
Which it
flipping around,
was.
twirling around. It was very cute. Um, and so at 18 months, her 18-month appointment, the doctor was like, she has a lot of like red flags,
Hmm.
doing quotes
And they
because
still
that's what
say
she
that. My
says.
doctor still
Yeah.
says that. I'm like, can we not?
A lot of red flags for autism. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? Like, obviously, she was delayed speech. She didn't meet some of the typical milestones for like motor. But I was like, I don't know. I don't think so. I was pretty much in denial, I think, because I didn't know what that looked like. And saying red flags and you need to go get a diagnosis is scary when you don't have any experience in that. So we went to, I got an appointment with a developmental pediatrician. The wait list was 6 months. So we went and saw her when Gigi turned 2. She said, oh, it's a speech delay. Like, you're good. Come back in 6 months. I'm like, okay. So we had actually gotten her started in speech therapy and occupational therapy, which was great. She did really well. They were amazing. I still like think about those first
Hmm.
therapists and I'm like,
Do you
I
find them
love them so
online?
much. I actually follow them online. Yeah, I
Don't they
do.
like become our friends? Like, I just
Yeah.
went out
Oh,
to
yeah.
eat
Yes.
with S's first therapist from 3 years ago. They're like our family now.
Oh. Yes. Well, you spend so much time with them and
Right.
talking with them, and they spend so much time with your kid, and you just grow that relationship. And that's when she was diagnosed with apraxia, was
Okay.
actually then, which is crazy because
I was
now
gonna
it's
say
super
it's so
hard
hard
to
to get a
get an
diagnosis.
apraxia diagnosis. I didn't even realize that at the time, I'm just like, oh, okay. And I didn't really understand what
I
apraxia
was gonna say
was.
tell everyone what that is just in, you know, it's hard to even
Apraxia,
explain
so
it.
it's very hard to explain too. Even talking to doctors, like they can't necessarily explain it because it works differently, I think, for different people. Like there's different kinds of apraxia. So her apraxia is a disconnect between her brain and her motor. So like she's thinking all of these things, but she can't get her mouth to move to make the movements to speak. So I never really understood that. We kept trying with speech, all of that. And it just, it's for her, it looks like she can say like some sounds, she can say some parts of words sometimes, but then like she'll lose it. So like
Yes.
it kind of comes and it goes. So she has apraxia. She also has dyspraxia too, which is like the whole body disconnect. So it's like brain and body.
Okay.
So I didn't realize she had that until she was older, and I was more in tuned with like spelling and all of that in the like motor aspect of
Which
the
give an example of
apraxia.
what that looks like.
So it can look like a lot of like falling down, which was never her. So like that was the main thing that everybody told me was like, oh, they're really like clumsy, quotes. Like they fall down a lot. They, you know, they can't balance, which was never her. She's like a ballerina. Like she
Okay.
walks on her toes. She's like very graceful. Like she never really
Mm-hmm.
fell down a lot. But for her, it looks like a lot of like if I ask her to do something or she wants to do something, she can't make her body do that. So like even if I know she really wants to get in the pool or you know go swimming, like she can't physically
This
make
is
her body do
S to a
it.
T. To a T.
So now that I know about it, I do a lot of motor coaching with her, which is super helpful for her because it like breaks down the steps for her body for her to be able to like actually get her body moving. So that's a good thing. So at 2, they said she's speech delayed, put her in speech therapy. Okay, well, we already had speech therapy. At 2.5, we went and saw the doctor again, and we actually saw the developmental pediatrician this time, like the main person there.
Which I've never. Do you have that like still to this day?
We we do. We have one now. Yes,
Do
for
I need
her.
one?
I only got it for meds and like
Okay.
that type of stuff. So, I mean, I think you probably should have it,
But
but
S won't
it's
take
hard
medicine,
to get
so
into. Yeah. Well,
so do
it's
I
really
need
still
it?
helpful.
Because I
Yes.
asked my
Yeah.
regular pediatrician, which that could be like an entire episode of the things that have come out of that doctor's office mouth. And I'm
Right.
like, what? And he's like, no, you don't need one.
Right.
And I'm like, but do I? I
Right.
feel like I do.
I think so. I really think so. I think
Okay. Put that on
ours
the
is really
list.
great. If you have a good one, like you have to find a good one. So the one that we saw when she was 2.5 was horrible. Like she came in and she was just awful. It was a horrible experience. And I'm like, I'm not bringing her back here. Like we left the appointment because I'm like, I'm not doing this with this lady. Like she was so rude and so like mean about Gigi and like where she was, her development, all of that. And I'm like, how can these doctors like talk to people like this? You know what I mean? I'm like, this is horrible. So
100%.
we left.
Been there,
We
done that.
left. I'm like, you should not be working with kids, number one,
Because it's just
or
like,
people.
right. That is what's so mind-boggling when you like experience that. Like I left a hospital with SS seizures at 4 in the morning. The care he was getting, and they were horrible. I'm like, this is like supposed to be the well-known Nashville
Yeah,
Children's Hospital.
children.
I was like, I'm done. This is not like
Yeah,
he's been crying and screaming for 4 hours, and he can't like speak. Like, no, we're
right.
done here. But yeah,
Yeah,
you're your
yeah,
child's advocate. Like, we're done. We're
yeah,
out of here. So I get it.
yeah. So we left, and then I was like, well, I should probably find somebody else. So I found another doctor. I got on the wait list for them. That was another 6 months.
Which
So
people
when she
don't get,
turned,
like the amount of time. I mean, people don't get like the
yeah,
don't. I mean, which I understand. How would they if you
yeah,
don't live it? But the
hmm
amount of time we spend on wait lists to then
waiting,
potentially get
yeah,
someone that's not a good fit,
not
or
good,
they
yeah,
leave and it is
hmm
an amazing fit, and then you're back on the wait list.
yeah,
It's just like over and over and over.
yeah. It's just constantly waiting. So I've just kind of been like, well, we're just waiting, you know. And the time passes
It's
anyway.
like, right, you're in the elevator with the music, like doing,
Like,
right? And sometimes it is like,
yeah.
maybe you need that break.
Yeah.
Like,
I now that I'm like further out from it, I'm like it's not a big deal to me like waiting, but I think when you're in that like beginning stages, you feel
100%.
like I don't have time to wait. Like we don't have time
Right, you
to
think like it has to, but it's
do
like,
this. Yeah, we have
it's
to
not
get in
gonna,
there now and like fix
well, and
it
that's the
or
thing they
what, you
teach you
know.
too. The first thing I got from the
Yeah.
diagnosis, And I mean, I think I even made like reels about it back in the day, like early intervention is key. Like they
Mm-hmm.
just like throw like that's what you get, like
Throw, yeah,
a
push you
one
into it.
page thing. And it's like do this, and early intervention is
Mm-hmm.
key. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know about
Mm,
all that,
I,
but like
yeah,
yes,
I'm,
but like don't
mm-hmm.
beat yourself up about it if you can't get it
No,
immediately. Like
yeah,
it's gonna work
yeah.
out.
You'll,
And you
yeah,
don't
just
want to
wait.
have your child with a therapist that isn't the right fit just to say you
Right.
have a
They're in.
service.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So when she turned 3, we saw this new developmental pediatrician. She was super nice, really great. Um, and she diagnosed her. So after that, I was spiraling because I didn't know what to do. Like, obviously, I had kind of known. Well, and I feel like back then the internet was not what it is now.
No.
Like,
Even
8 years ago,
right.
it wasn't like there wasn't like Instagram where you could meet people, or Facebook where there were groups. Like, it was just Google, and like, social media was not where it is. So there wasn't videos of other autistic people online. So I was scared. I was like, what do I do? What is this going to look like for her? Like, obviously the doctors and stuff were like, she needs ABA, she needs therapy, she needs all these things. And I'm like so overwhelmed.
It's so overwhelming.
And where we lived at the time, we lived in Florida, and we love Florida, but the services there were horrible. Like, we were paying out of pocket for speech, we were paying out of pocket for OT. When we did start ABA with her there, we were paying out of pocket, and we could only afford like 2 hours a week. And I'm like, we can't stay here. Like, this is ridiculous. We need to move somewhere where they have better services. So I'm originally from Phoenix. And so I was like, let me start researching. I looked at different places. I looked at, East Coast states, like maybe we can move there. I looked at Nashville. I did look at Nashville.
I wish I wish you came, but I
I,
get why you didn't.
yeah, I looked at California. Like, I looked at all these places, and obviously Arizona isn't the top state for services, but they do have pretty good services, and
I
I
would say
have
so,
family
because
here.
everything you get, I'm like, what?
Yeah, there's a
What?
lot of good things here. And like, I have family here, and I'm from here, so I was like, okay, let's do
No
that.
brainer.
So we moved back, like, let's see, June. She was diagnosed in June, July, August, September, October, November. No, June, July, August, September, October. 4 months. We moved to Arizona. So I was like, we're making this happen now, because I didn't know what else to do, right? So we moved back. We got her into the school district here for developmental preschool. We did have her in ABA at the time. At home, I'm really like protective of her. Obviously, she was so little
I
and
was
she
gonna
was
say
not
when they're young
speaking.
too.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
didn't
it?
want her to go.
Does it look the same? Because in Tennessee we have early intervention. That's like through the state that they come.
Yeah, we have early intervention
Is that
too,
what it
but
was
she was
through?
she was older. No, ours
Oh,
ends at 3. So
okay.
at 3 they have to go to
Got
a
it.
new a new thing. So
Okay.
she was older than 3, so we didn't have that. But I did like apply for state services and stuff for her, and I had to get her diagnosis here and like a doctor here. So we did all of that. She started going to preschool, which was great, through public school.
That's what we do.
Um,
I love it.
yeah, it's been awesome. So, and we had that for Alex too. So that was like her whole thing. Obviously, like, a lot of changes, but she's doing really great, and we're super happy with the services here. And then with my son, I I knew he was autistic like when I was pregnant. Like, I could just feel it. I'm like,
I love that.
I know he is. I
It's
know he
kind of
is.
like
Like,
the telepathy.
intuition. Yeah, yeah, maybe.
You could
I was like,
be.
I know he is. I know he is. And so,
Was he very active?
he
Okay.
was pretty active. He was more active than her.
Were
And
you
like,
sick with
I,
your pregnancy?
no, I wasn't sick at all with him.
Ah,
So,
interesting. I had
yeah.
AD with all three, so
Oh
I
no,
was like, is this a
gosh.
thing?
Oh my
But
gosh. Yeah. Oh, goodness. So after I had him, he did some of the things that she did. Like he was delayed in speech. He did the rolling thing, which was adorable.
Do you have that on
And
video?
I'm sure I do.
You have to
I'm sure
post
I
it. I
do.
want to see your early
Okay.
babies.
So cute. So cute. Um, and like I would bring it up at every appointment he had. Like, I'm pretty sure he's autistic, he's speech delayed. I want to get him diagnosed. And our doctor was like, no, he's like so
Mm-hmm.
different from Gigi. He's a boy, like he's just
Did you
developing
get that? He
differently.
made eye contact with me. I got that once. I'm
He
like,
does
did
make eye contact. He does make eye contact.
right,
He's
but that's what
very,
they were like,
but
oh,
so
well,
did
he's making
Gigi.
eye contact. He can't be
Yeah,
autistic. I'm like, oh,
right.
okay.
No. Okay.
I think too, it's like
Okay.
the pediatricians, I don't know if they're older, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't
ours is
get,
ours is older
yeah,
for
I'm
sure.
getting that like vibe. I mean, we could do a whole episode of the things that have come out of my pediatrician. I don't know why I keep going back, but like,
Yeah,
I
we
do.
need to find a new one.
I do. I guess I need to maybe the
Yeah, you do.
development one. But like he's a nice guy and like he has
Yeah.
an autistic grandson. I don't know, like but the things that I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
not
Yeah,
not
it's
very neuro
hard.
affirming.
No, for sure. Yeah, so we went through that for a long time, like me asking them, being like, no. So I was like, okay, maybe not. Maybe I'm just kind
Right.
of gaslighting myself into thinking he's
Exactly. Yeah,
not.
you get in your head, you're like,
Okay, probably not. Yeah. So then
but
we
then
actually
when you got the
switched.
diagnosis though, were you like,
Yeah,
I'm not
yes.
like
Well,
I was
we
right.
switched pediatricians, so ours was gone, and so we got a new one. And I brought it up again. I think this was at his 4-year appointment, and I'm like, he's starting to say some words now, but I think he's autistic, and so that pediatrician was like, you should just get him checked out, like, go for it. So we went and got his diagnosis. He was
Which
diagnosed.
good for that pediatrician because I feel like you don't get that advice at all, like ever. Like
Right,
not like
right.
it's like more like no, like you can't
Just
like
wait. Yeah, just
right,
wait and
wait it
see what
out. Like why
happens.
are we waiting it
Mm-hmm.
out? Like
Yeah,
you're either autistic or you're not. Like what's the
right,
wait?
right. So we got his diagnosis right after he turned 4, and so he's
Okay.
6 now. And so he does do speech and occupational now, and he was in the developmental preschool just like Gigi was, and then now um he's at public school. He's in kindergarten.
Oh,
He's in
buddy.
like the special ed quote special ed. What do they call that now?
Well, Tennessee has the CDC room, and then sometimes I hear it's self-contained, which I do not like that verbiage.
Yeah, he's in the self-contained class, but for his IEP it's 40% like
Okay.
inclusion with yours. So
Okay, so he goes back and forth.
he does all of his academic stuff in the
And then
self-contained
does like
room, and
recess,
then
lunch,
recess,
specials.
lunch, yeah,
Does he
specials,
have an aide
electives.
when he does that?
They have an aide that goes with them.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's usually like 2 of them that go
And the reason why I'm
together.
asking Reagan is because, and that's a great thing too about connecting. It's like you can get so much more information just
Right.
connecting online because my S is going into kindergarten in the self-contained room next year. And I'm like all the questions I don't know the answers to. But then
Right.
I can talk to her and just be like, what worked for
Mhm.
you, what
What do
didn't?
you
And of
do?
course, not
Yeah.
everything's gonna work the same, but it's great to like have those keys so you can bring it up to your team and be like, hey, can we try this?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's so many things that I've learned on online and from other parents and like talking to other moms and stuff. I'm like, wow, I never would have knew about these things if
Right.
I hadn't talked to other people, which is
Exactly.
crazy. Yeah. Wild.
Wild. That's wild. I'll go a little over like kind of what my selfie light went out, by the way. We've been just gabbing
Oh,
way too
it's
long, but it's
dark.
fine. No one needs to see me anyways. Um, what my diagnosis looked like, which you can kind of hear my daughter in the background. Um, so when I finally got S diagnosed, which like I said, he wasn't the one that I was like, he's autistic. It was my oldest.
Hmm.
And what it looked like for my oldest, even though he's low support needs, thinking back, he had meltdowns even if I went left in the car, and
Mm-hmm.
he wanted to go right. Like it was extreme. Like he was so dysregulated. I
Mm-hmm.
remember like as a young child, like light switches and fans just
Mm-hmm.
constantly. That's where I just like started. I don't know why. That's like one thing that in my head I'm like
Mm-hmm.
on the internet, like bum 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 bum, autism, and
Yeah.
then people are like, no, like, and I'm like, yes, like, and then of course the speech delay. But with us, I'm like, I didn't see it, and then of course I see it now. But like when he was really,
Mm-hmm.
really little, but then like I said, it just stopped, and he wasn't um speaking and saying words, and he wasn't pointing, he wasn't waving.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but just like the happiest. Like he is such I might be biased, but I'm like I just like melt, like I tear up with him. Like he has taught me
Yeah.
like just how beautiful the world is. Like just everything he
Mm-hmm.
does. And like the just him just sitting there, staring at that wheel and the toy and smiling, and I'm like he sees like the beauty in everything. Hence
Right.
beauty in the spectrum. Um
Yeah.
so but like going into the diagnosis, like it's still like you don't it's scary. I mean, even
Yeah.
though like it's like hearing the words out loud. Like I remember with him, like we did like tear up and like cry, and I don't know why. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not like I was sad, but like
Right.
it's just like the fear of unknown. Like what do I do now?
Yeah.
Because it's not like they're like okay, bye. Like you have
Yeah.
to figure out everything. You still to this day have to advocate, advocate, advocate. Like they're not
Mm-hmm.
giving it to you. Like you
No.
have to, and it's like it's a lot of stress.
Yeah.
And you just want the best for your child. So we
Mm-hmm.
get in the car and I remember like what now? Like and then like I remember my
Right.
husband and I are like we're not going to be those people like wearing t-shirts, are we? Like we I still laugh at that to this day because like I remember like months after like the very first person I connected online with, it was a friend of mine from high school who I haven't really seen since high school. We won't say how many years ago that was. Like I posted something about autism, but that's before I even like
Mm-hmm.
went online and because I didn't tell that many people. And it wasn't because
Right.
I was ashamed or embarrassed. Like I didn't know how people were going to treat my kids. And I'm like, my kids, if anything, are even more awesome. Like
Right.
spend time like when you get negative comments, people just don't know like what autism
Mm-hmm.
is. Like they're amazing individuals.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember her reaching out and being like, that's actually my sis, like it was some like I don't know, like inclusion birthday party post, like
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what the exact post was. She's like that my sister, my nephews have uh two autistic boys, like, and I was like actually so do I. And she's like really, and she's like I'd love to like because her sister was older so we weren't in school
Mm-hmm.
together, and she's like I'd love to like put you guys together, and I'm like I love that. And then she's the
Yeah.
one that sent me like this badass shirt, and I was like
Mm-hmm.
wait, that's cool. And then like
Yeah.
switch, like we are wearing the shirts, and then I'm like I want to like make a space, like I don't want to just be like on my my name. I want like a name with autism. I want to connect, I
Mm-hmm.
want to get out there, and I'm so glad I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I called I I was in the car line at school, and I called my dad, and this is going to be like so random, you know me, I'm like tangent, tangent, tangent.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember when I was a child, he came up he came up with a really cool name for my uncle who's passed now. Love that man. He came up with like this really cool name for his pepper jelly business. It was like in grocery stores, and it was like habanero hound dog. And my dad like just came up with
Oh my
that. I was
gosh.
like, it's so
Wow.
cute. So I called my dad and I was like, hey, this is what I want to do. Like, think on a name. Like, I'm like
Mm-hmm.
kind of, I couldn't, there was a lot of
Yeah.
accounts out there too. I wanted it to be different. And he didn't even have to think
Mm-hmm.
about it. It literally, he was like, Beauty in the Spectrum. I was like, whoa, I like
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
So I sat on the name, of course, like went on, like
Mm-hmm.
saved it. But then I was scared to post.
I know.
I was
It's
scared. I sat on it for months.
yeah.
And then, of course, the first video I posted, I got some, like, I was introduced to the troll on my very first
Oh
one.
gosh.
Like saying, like, oh, like, what do they always say? Like, using your child for money. And I'm like, what?
Oh
I'm not getting
gosh.
paid. Like, if it,
Yeah.
I'm
money.
Wh- like we're not making millions out here. Like we're on here like showing the world like what it
Hmm.
looks like. It's beautiful. Like don't
Yeah.
judge our children and think nasty like thoughts. Like
Right.
but that one troll comment, like if anything, it motivated me to like keep going. Like
Hmm.
I kind of
Hmm.
laughed. I was like, but
Okay.
all right, let's keep it
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
So then a month later, after, okay, I didn't even say, we have this burger place that's in a trailer called Fat Mo's. I don't know if it's still there, but if it is, and you come to Nashville, which you need to come, we're going to go find
Yes.
Fat Mo's. It's so good. And I'm like crying and eating like 6 Fat Mo burgers and like a shake. And like a month later, fast forward, such a different experience with my oldest.
Hmm.
It was like what's it called? Where they like test drawing a blank. It was the reason why I got this diagnosed too. It was they were doing like a study.
Hmm.
And the study was to see if they could get the diagnosis from doing it telemed.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So what the study was, which I didn't find out, they didn't tell me, but so the first diagnosis process was telemed. So we did everything
Hmm.
telemed, and then I went in. So I'm sure that they
Hmm.
like compared
Compared.
notes to see
Yeah.
if they got the same conclusion. So I went in and like, I like was like this, and a part of me was like, I don't think I'm gonna get this diagnosis. Like
Hmm.
everyone's telling me, oh, I got it, and they're like, you know your stuff, and it made me. I was like, instead of crying and getting fat mo's, I'm like, yes, like we did it.
Yeah. Hmm.
And then they handed me
Right.
$100 to Amazon. I was like,
Gift card.
what?
Oh,
I got a gift
yeah.
card?
Yeah.
So like two completely different, like within a month span. And I don't
Hmm.
know. I mean, I did there's definitely like a little bit of grief, I think, maybe not for
Yeah.
everyone, but I don't think it's just like the unknown, I think, the fear of the unknown,
Right.
feeling like you don't have anyone, which like you brought up
Hmm.
to me in a like private conversation, and I want you to like speak on that, like how you never want anyone like to feel like that. So like get online, and you don't even have to get online and you don't even have to
Yeah.
post, just find a community. Just find one person so
Right.
you're not alone.
Right. And that's the thing. So, like, when I was in Florida before we moved, and when we moved here, like, obviously I didn't know a lot of people, especially people who had autistic kids or people who were autistic. Um, so I was super alone. I mean, it was just me and my husband, and we're like, just doing our own thing with our own child. And I would see like the parents at pickup at school and like at therapy and all of that, but it was like I still didn't have any connections with other moms or parents. So it was very lonely, and you feel like you're the only person, you're the only like person struggling through, the hard times or the good times
Right,
or
because it's
whatever,
also hard to talk to people like your
who
friends
don't
or
have that. Yeah.
family
Yes.
because
Who don't
and
understand.
sometimes I feel like they like try to find the right words to say, and it's like
Hmm.
sometimes it's just better like just let us like
Yeah.
vent, because then it's
Be in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like, and then like it's hard, maybe like early on. I don't really necessarily always feel like this now, but like, especially if they're like a distance friend and they're like, they don't really, how would they know? Like,
Hmm.
I
They
can't
wouldn't
just
know.
go to like a
Yeah.
baseball, like, I can't go watch my son play soccer with like my whole family because my other child's going to elope. Like, and
Hmm.
if you don't know like elopement, like, how would you? Like, so sometimes
Right.
it's like almost difficult to like, communicate with them like because they don't
Right.
understand, but at the same time my husband brought up, it's like, well, they might be going through something, like that's just life in general, like
Hmm.
everyone's
Yeah,
going
for
through
sure.
something different, but like it is great to have
Yeah,
the
people that
community
understand.
that
Hmm.
understands and still have your friends that don't understand, like, but you still have like a new
Hmm.
community, like you need
Yeah.
support. You can't do it alone, like
Yes.
there's no reason to do it alone.
No. Yeah, so I want to say like 3 years ago, I was online. It was more like closer to what it looks like now. So like I saw people posting about their kids and, talking about these things online. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I feel better. Like I know, and I know other people who are experiencing similar things, which is great. But I was like, I need to like put myself out there. I need to make friends. Like I need to meet people in real life. And so I was like, let me just do this. So I started going to like the groups. I started going to like the mom meetups and stuff. I started like talking to people at pickup. And it was scary. It was hard. Like it's not easy.
Not
And that's the
easy.
thing is like everybody looks at me now that I have like a large
Megan is
friends. Like
like,
I
she
have so
knows
many
every,
friends.
but you're
They
saying
look
it's
at
in
me
it.
now.
Yeah, look at
They look at me
you.
now and they're like,
Famous.
yeah, you like it's so easy for you. You do, you know all these people like and I was like,
You
okay,
put
but
in the
it
work.
wasn't always that way. I've put in a lot of work. I've grown like relationships. I've, put myself out there when it was scary, when I didn't, know anybody. Um, so that's been like one of my huge things is I was like, I never want anybody to feel like how I felt. I don't want anybody to feel alone. Like I never want a mom to be like lonely or like she's the only person going through this. So that's why I do so much of what I do, especially online and like in person, is I want to like connect those people, even if it's not like with me, like, because
Yeah,
I
you're like,
don't
I know
think
someone you
I
should
know
reach out to.
somebody that you would be great friends with, or like you guys can connect, or, you know, go to this event with me, or whatever it is. Like, I want to make those connections for other people because I'm like, I don't want you to be alone because I don't want to be alone. And we don't have to be alone, especially now. Like, there's such a large community. Like, even if you don't have a community local to you,
Right.
getting online, you know what I
Get
mean? And
online.
making those
And you
connections
don't
is
have to
super
post.
important. Yeah.
Just right. You
You
don't
don't
have to
even have to
post. You
post. You
don't.
can just comment on other people's videos and like start talking to other people. I think that's been the biggest thing. So it's great. I love it. I love doing that. It's become part of who I am now, which is so strange because I'm like I was
I
always an
know.
introvert.
I know when I
I
tell people I'm
never
like my friend, my internet friend, but no, like they're my friend.
Yeah, they're my friend.
Well, let's wrap
And
it
you build
up
those
and
connections.
okay, if you haven't connected with one of us, connect with us.
Please
Let's
do.
let's have a
Yeah.
conversation. I'm beauty
Yes.
underscore in underscore the underscore spectrum. So many underscores.
Underscore.
Beauty in the spectrum. And Reagan, you are.
Reagan advocates.
You also have another account as well if you're interested in the spelling community.
Yes, yeah, I have a spelling account for my daughter. Watch Gigi spells. Watch Gigi spell. It's all one word. That's her account that I have for her, and hopefully she'll be able to run it
Oh,
soon.
I am excited for that day.
Yeah, yes, me too.
Well, this was
So,
fun, and stay tuned
so
for
much
episode
fun.
2.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.